glad you could join me today. I trust you're doing well. Today we want to direct our attention to the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 9. There we read, "Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest." In the particular passage we're in, we recognize that Moses, the great leader of the people of God, has passed off the scene. And now Joshua is going to assume the reins and the responsibility for leading and guiding the children of Israel into the promised land. That was a daunting task, a major one. And I'm sure that he had his concerns. And here in this particular passage, we read that the Lord is telling him, listen, you be strong and of a good courage. How's that possible? He says, I'll tell you why you can be strong and of a good courage, Joshua. Because the Lord, thy God, is with thee. I'm with thee. Years ago, I remember a particular man came to our house, and it was just the boys and I, my brothers and I that were there. And he knocked on the door, and when he knocked on the door, I answered the door. He began to get very angry at us. He accused us of throwing snowballs at his house. We had done nothing of the sort, and yet he was convinced we did. As a matter of fact, he said that he had tracked us back to our house in the snow. He had followed our footsteps all the way back to our door. That was not true at all. Nonetheless, he got rather pushy. Before it was over with, I did as my parents taught me. We weren't permitted to let anybody in our home, especially somebody that was angry and accusing us. And so I told him to leave. He would not leave. He put his foot in the door. I slammed the door on his foot. He still persisted and pushed the door open and rushed into our home. There he began to scream accusations and threaten us, and we really were concerned for our bodily harm. And then as he continued, my brother came down the steps, and he had something in his hand that caused the man to think twice. And out the door the man went. Well, my dad got home. He was not happy. You must understand that obviously we were very shaken. We were very afraid at that very moment. We were scared because of this man in our home. But my dad was not happy, and he said, let's go, boys. We're going over to his house. Well, my dad knew where he lived, and so we took a walk down the street, and there my dad knocked on his door. Can I tell you, I was not afraid at that moment. At that time, I had no fear in my heart because my father was there. Boy, that man came to the door, and when he did, he started accusing us again, and my dad said, listen to me. He said, you busted your way into my home. He said, I'm telling you now. He said, if you want to handle this like men, we'll take care of it like a man, but you don't come to my house, bust into my home, and scare my boys that way. I'm so happy that my dad was there, my father. And can I tell you, your Heavenly Father's there for you today. You don't need to be afraid. I know that this virus and everything that's going on around us is very scary, but be strong and of a good courage. Why? Because the Lord thy God is with thee. May God bless you today. May He meet your every need. May you stand strong, remembering and realizing that your God is with you, whithersoever thou goest. Whether it's the grocery store, whether ultimately it's school, whether it's to work, or just down the street, He's with you today. Take Him with you, and be strong and of a good courage. May God bless you.